A simple act of generosity, done without knowing who the person truly was, reveals the true essence of kindness. Real kindness is not driven by recognition, praise, or the expectation of something in return. It comes from a sincere place within the heart where empathy and compassion guide actions rather than personal gain. When someone chooses to help another purely because it feels right, that moment becomes powerful, regardless of how small the action may seem. In a world where many decisions are influenced by status, wealth, or appearance, such selfless gestures stand out. The waitress did not pause to consider who the old man was, what he owned, or what he could offer her in return. She simply saw a human being in need of warmth and care. This is what makes the act so meaningful. Kindness offered equally, without judgment or calculation. True generosity reflects strong character. It shows emotional strength, moral values, and a deep understanding of shared humanity. Acts like these remind us that kindness should never be selective. When people give freely, without expecting rewards, they create ripples that can travel far beyond the moment itself. One kind action can restore faith, inspire gratitude, and even change the direction of someone's life. The beauty of kindness lies in its purity. When it is given without hope of reward, it becomes timeless and unforgettable. Even if no one ever finds out, such generosity still holds immense value. It proves that the greatest wealth a person can possess is a compassionate heart, one that gives simply because it cares, not because it expects something in return. The old man appeared ordinary, blending quietly into the background, unnoticed by most and overlooked by many. His clothes were simple, his presence calm, and there was nothing about him that hinted at wealth, power, or influence to the outside world. He was just another elderly man enjoying a cup of coffee, yet his true identity carried a powerful lesson, one that reminds us why judging people by their appearance is a mistake we make far too often. Society has conditioned us to associate value with visible signs of success, expensive clothing, confident posture, or public recognition. Because of this, we often treat people differently based on how they look, assuming their worth, intelligence, or importance before we ever know their story. The old man's hidden reality challenges this mindset. Beneath his modest appearance was a life of experience, wisdom, and unimaginable success, proving that appearances can be deeply misleading. Every person carries a story that is not visible on the surface. Some hide wealth, some hide pain, and others hide greatness behind simplicity. When we judge too quickly, we risk disrespecting someone who deserves kindness or missing the opportunity to learn something meaningful from them. True understanding begins when we look beyond the surface and recognize the shared humanity in everyone we meet. This lesson goes beyond wealth or status. It teaches humility, respect, and awareness. When we treat everyone with equal dignity, regardless of how they look, we open ourselves to deeper connections and unexpected lessons. The old man's ordinary appearance serves as a reminder that true value is often invisible, and real character is revealed not by what we see, but by how we choose to treat others. One small gesture, a paid cup of coffee, may seem insignificant in the moment, but it has the power to set extraordinary events into motion. Simple acts of kindness often carry a strength far greater than we realize. When someone gives without hesitation or expectation, that single moment can spark gratitude, hope, and a chain reaction of positive change that lasts a lifetime. A cup of coffee is not about its cost. It represents care, acknowledgement, and humanity. For the person receiving it, the gesture can restore faith in people and remind them that kindness still exists in the world. Gratitude born from such moments is deep and lasting, because it touches the heart rather than impressing the eyes. That gratitude can inspire generosity in return, creating a cycle where kindness multiplies far beyond its original form. Destiny often shifts in quiet moments, not dramatic ones. A brief interaction between two strangers can unknowingly align paths that were meant to cross. The giver may never realize the impact of their action, yet that choice can open doors, create opportunities, or bring unexpected blessings at the perfect time. What begins as a small favor can evolve into life-changing support, guidance, or fortune. Unexpected blessings rarely arrive in grand packages. They often emerge from sincere, humble actions. When kindness is offered freely, it has a way of finding its way back, sometimes in surprising and unimaginable forms. This is the beauty of generosity. It leaves a lasting mark on both the giver and the receiver. A single paid cup of coffee becomes more than a drink. It becomes a symbol of how one small act can change lives forever.